United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
We've got both of them, the reorganization and meeting minutes. So, got two visitors. Who wants to speak first?
I'm sorry, what was that? I hear that?
I said, you're a visitor. You got something to bring up?
No, not at this point. I wanna hear first. I wanna listen to see what's going on.
How about you?
So I'm pulling out my notes here. So my husband was asked to come to talk about the problems that we're having as a result of RES water on Route 14. It does not sound like the DEP has actually talked to any of the neighbors about any of the problems that they are having too, including Mr. De Bruin, who used to live in our house. But we have had major rat infestation to the point where we were given a quote of over $5,000 to get rid of them. We now have water issues. We have sediment in our tanks, which we did not have before. The rats have caused sickness and loss of animals and disease because we have a farm. We need a water treatment system. So the value of replacing just those things is about $20,000. The water treatment system is $15,000. Our property loss, the value has gone down about 40 to 50%, so about $200,000. And I guess they need a roof on their tanks so any of the foam residue doesn't get into our property and do more damage to our animals. So RES needs to put this on. But we would really like to have some compensation because, I probably didn't say the loss of damage to our house. They've eaten through our containers, eaten our clothes, eaten the dishwasher, the fridge, and the list goes on. Sorry, that is what I threw together in a hurry because I was told 20 minutes ago to get here.
Right. Well, that's not anything to us.
I don't know. That's what I was told.
Get a hold of DEP.
So we have been trying to get a hold of DEP, and DEP is just not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we can't. We don't have any control.
We don't have any zone or any ordinance to cover that.
So how do we get help?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
You see, that all had to go through DEP, all that planning and everything. Then they send a report to us and we look at it. If we tell them they can't do it, it doesn't matter. They're going to do it anyways.
We've noticed that. So, at one point, DEP told them to stop, and they just kept doing it anyways, and DEP didn't shut them down.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how would you be coming up with so many rats, because they're enclosed tank. Everything's enclosed.
Once they started construction over there, all the rats came running. The neighbors south of us too, on the other side of that property, and the De Bruins across the road have been having terrible problems with rats too. We're not the only ones.
I don't think there's been any rats in that field.
Oh, there was. We had no problems until they started doing that.
Do you poison them?
Something draws them in.
Oh my gosh, we have spent so much money trying to kill rats. We have every kind of trap and poison you can possibly think of.
What house do you live in?
The old Wilson house.
No.
With Mabel De Bruin's house.
Yeah.
With Miranda.
That's where you live. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right next door.
I don't know what to tell you. Keep trying to get a hold of them. We don't have any control over that.
Well, as far as, I mean, we could probably ask them to put the domes over the tank to contain the foam as a courtesy.
Is there foam coming out of the tank? They're not even full yet.
Yeah, from my understanding, they're not even supposed to be filling them yet.
I don't think they were gonna have domes on them. They were gonna be
They're open
They're-
top?
Yes, they're open top.
So what saves our animals and my children?
I don't know. That's DEP. I know, I'm not trying to discourage you from coming to see us, but we can't do anything about it.
Well, that's what I said, that DEP should be stricter since they're the ones that
Right.
have the
They're the ones
regulations.
that approved it, should be stricter, yeah.
But if we put a request in or research it to ask them to put at least the dome over the tanks, then they should be able to comply with that.
It would be nice too if we could get something for the brakes, if they can start it way down the road instead of at my house, because once those extra trucks come in and out, like I have kids, nobody's gonna sleep. Aside from the fact it's probably not safe.
That would be a PennDOT study we can do.
Just when PennDOT approved that driveway, both of them.
Yeah, they had to approve them.
Right.
So I
But
don't.
I mean, you could do a brake retarded or area.
Yeah. That would be up to PennDOT.
We can put the study request in just
Yeah.
like we did for Collins.
See what they say. They're just gonna have to catch them. They're not if they're still using them.
Right.
I know they have them down through town. You're not supposed to use them down through town, but
Right.
I don't. Yeah. See, I mean, try it. I don't think us asking to have domes put over, I don't think, we can ask, it doesn't hurt to ask. See what they say, but I can't believe DEP is gonna let stuff go like that.
Usually real strict.
I know.
I don't know, there seems to be a lot of loopholes that they keep finding. Because the DEP will come out and say, oh, they can't do this, and it doesn't seem to matter. I wish Jeremiah could have been here because he's the one who's been dealing with all this. But he's at work.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him briefly tonight. And he said that they had that they started operating and Hamlin had the permitting on January 8th. And that the test results that you have the gallon drum in your barn for water and that there's a lot of sediment in your well that was not there before everything started.
It's in our house, too.
Did they test the water before?
Yeah.
Did they?
That you had a very good
Well, that
well
would be,
before,
Mm-hmm.
and
then
that
Yep.
the construction
you've got
things
those
were.
tests, then I would go after them. I would.
We've been trying. We can't seem to find a lawyer. Lawyers seem to be interested. They seem to find out who the players are, and everyone wants to back away. So I don't know what the answer is, but somehow we need help.
Who, you have the names, the guys that, the name of the guys, remember they came here to the
I know, I
township?
don't
Andrew and
You have their
Matt.
numbers?
Mhm.
Well, can you give them to me?
Mhm.
I'll call them. Tell them people are complaining and see, that might hang up on me. I don't know, they seem like nice guys, but they got what they wanted, so maybe it's
And who are these guys that you're talking about?
the guys that built the,
Father and son.
yeah. They said they had, what, 6 of them in the county or in the state, and not one
What
complaint.
they gonna do with the water if they get it in there?
This is supposed to be just a storage facility.
Yeah, just a storage facility, they're not gonna treat it or anything.
Not on site, yeah.
No.
Storage, and then they take it somewhere.
They have to, but it gets full.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hold PennDOT, have them do a study and give me those guys' numbers. I don't know if it'll do any good, but I'll call them and tell them what you said.
And that is
Thanks.
the point of contact, and the dad is Andrew.
So DeBruin has rats, and who else besides you?
Oh, jeez. Crystal, I can't
Next
think.
place down the road?
Yeah. On the other side,
Well, the
yep.
rats could be coming from their pasture and their animals and their hay and that's pretty sloppy down in there,
I don't know, I've never been over there.
you know. You know where I'm talking about,
Yeah, I
Bill
do.
Burgess's old place.
Yeah.
They fenced that lawn in.
Stackhouse.
Yeah, fenced that lawn in, put them animals in there. Where Bill Burgess used to live?
Oh, down in there.
Yeah.
I just know we didn't have any problems until they started construction.
That's strange.
We didn't have a single one.
It's gravel ground, so the water's gonna travel.
Well, I said when that milk truck tipped over down there, milk something, it went right in the ground.
Okay, see what we can do. What
Yeah.
information you gave us.
Thank you.
Okay, you got all the reports filed, I see. What else we got here?
Yeah, Michelle called and, everything was finally in, so $7,925.90 was collected for December. And then she has the year-end reports. I never know. I'm thinking. And you need to sign there. These are the reports that go back to the county. And all of the DCED reports that are filed by January 31st, and the liquid fuels report has been approved. So the major equipment balance that we have to date is $205,871.36.
That's what's supposed to be available.
I'm sorry?
That's what's supposed to be available.
Yes. Yep, that we can use for major equipment.
Shouldn't need anything.
No.
What's that?
I said we shouldn't need anything.
Okay, old business, I talked to Kevin.
What about the road foreman?
Let's skip over Brett.
Oh, well, I thought that was part of it. Okay, go ahead, Brett.
We just, a lot of cinder and been cutting brush. And I would like to talk to you both of it, see if we can get a bigger chainsaw so that we can, cause we have so many trees and stuff in the ditch that we've gotta move. Most of the time, either myself or Cam brings his to cut them now. And it'd just be nice if we had one of our own here we could use here to do it. The price of it, Baldwin's, they was like, I don't remember now, I take it $450, something like that. for a decent big one. The one we have now, it works really good, but it's only that big.
Yeah.
It's not big enough.
Is it easy start?
It
They all
starts
are
easy.
I mean, the one you're looking at.
Oh, I don't know, but
They all
Cam's
are.
young, he can start it. He's young, but that, I would like to do that, and then I also talked to Cale about the beginning of next month, if I go to Daytona,
Yeah, I talked to him.
you talk to him too.
Does he wanna do it?
He said he'd do it.
Okay.
You know, he said the same thing, he said he would,
It's had snow, just we had snow.
Right.
you know, yeah, that's what he told me. He said, I'll do it, but I don't wanna do it, it's winter time. But other than that, I guess we just keep cutting brush and keep centering every day.
I don't have a problem with getting a chainsaw, what do you think?
No, if we need it, we don't, no problem.
Never really had anything, always drove the backhoe all over
Right.
the
And
township.
that's it. It's a pain sometimes too. If you're clear up there and you gotta go.
Well, you can
all
take
the-
it with you when you go out mornings to check the roads.
We
too.
do, yep. We take the little one all the time and we take the big one too. I mean, we'd like to go to Barnes Hill or something like that. That's a half an hour one way
Mhm.
with a backhoe. And if we had a big enough chainsaw, so we could cut them in pieces, we could roll them down the road and be done with it right there in 10
Won't be
minutes.
wearing the backhoe tires though.
You know, I did have a tire fix today too.
Well, I see Troy Tire was here.
You know,
Tire
another,
on which one?
pardon,
Tire on what?
on the loader.
On the roller?
Loader.
Loader.
Cindy was getting that O-ring between the lock rings and just rubs until it breaks and starts leaking. But that one was leaking bad enough that it was, you have to come pump it up between loads of cinders, so we gotta get that one fixed.
Well, I know I've had not one complaint about you guys. I've had a lot of compliments on how good a job you guys are doing.
I appreciate it. We did get called last night down on, Preston. It was, I don't know why, but you couldn't even stand up on the bottom of that road last night. With just, whether it was beside a creek or why, but we cindered that and went and checked a bunch of other roads and that was the only one that's slippery. So, I don't know how come. Wasn't like it didn't get a cinder. I mean, we've used so many cinders, most of our roads are black now because they have to go every day. But, so, it's supposed to be bad Wednesday, right?
Wednesday night, Thursday
Thursday.
morning, be surprised if we have
Yeah.
school. If it's supposed to be bad, clear up till 11 o'clock.
Something
noon.
like that, yeah. One of the state guys, when we was up cutting brush today, stopped and told us that they're worried about like a quarter to a half an inch of ice or something on Wednesday. So I hope that don't come. If it does, we'll deal with it, I guess.
So American Rock Salt does have the 2 loads that I ordered pending, and I did call her back, and hopefully one will be here by Wednesday.
I hope so.
Then the other one will be coming after they catch it up.
If we can, like I say, if we can just get one, we'll be safe. Right now, we got, we say maybe 4 buckets of salt, but I don't think you can quite that much, but
Right.
if we can, if we have to, we use that and hope it's enough. But
Right, I told her that we were ordering it because we knew that we were gonna need it.
Right. Hopefully she calls and like say if we can get one here, we'll push that in and then if they can bring another one sometime.
It wasn't gonna be today, but she said within a day or 2,
Right.
so hopefully it'll be here
Yeah, I didn't
Wednesday.
hear, she usually calls me, tells me when she's coming, I didn't hear anything.
So they were pending, but they're just, behind at the moment.
Sounds good.
Okay. Adam is gonna come to the next meeting. I can try to get him tonight, or come today, but he has something else going on.
So next meeting,
Yeah.
you should have more information for us.
Yep.
So, I don't know if this is null and void now, since Emma has been here to, look at the boiler, but it's the preventative maintenance clean and service contract, for schooners. It's $570.
We don't need it, do we? We don't need it, do we?
It's a yearly thing.
It's a yearly contract that usually come if, like, to clean it and service it. Do I pay it or don't I pay it?
Well,
Do we talk about it?
what is it
or-
gonna clean?
Not a whole lot,
What is it?
right, it's not like an oil-fired furnace. Where
What does it cover? Just the inspection? It doesn't cover any repair, any?
It's, I know, the standard clean and service contract where they come in and they fire it up every year and
Well, they
clean
don't have to
whatever
worry
they
about
do.
that. It runs all the time.
Well, I'll call admin, and ask him what he charged to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
because it is way better than it ever was last winter. I mean, it runs a lot. It's not really efficient, I know that, but at least you can keep it at 67 or so in there.
Something I noticed too, when I was down the other day, there's a lot of moisture on the door and the walls. Do you think we should get some type of dehumidifier to take that stuff off?
I remember Rich saying something that might happen.
You can tell when you walk in, the moisture
I
in
think
there.
I think that's what that fan's supposed to do. The exhaust fan?
Yeah, suck the heat out so
Yeah.
the boiler runs more.
But what does it do?
It does.
Well, a dehumidifier will do the same thing. Take that one over and try it. So hell, we don't
See if
use
it
it.
makes a difference.
Yeah.
We plug it in and see what it does. But
Well,
it
when
does-
we had that running, you had to empty it almost every day.
It's very small, so, I
It
mean,
might, just see what it does, see if it helps, because the moisture was running down the side of the door and everything.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's a lot of times that the windows and everything in the doors get all fogged over bad, and the walls do up halfway. You never see the windows in the top. You don't ever see it do it too, but like halfway up the walls and stuff. But it just depends. Now sometimes they won't do it at all. Then whether it's the
Maybe when it's
Humid
colder.
outside.
Depending on the temperature,
I think it depends on the temperature or maybe the humidity or
colder
something.
days is the worst.
You know,
so what is it staying in there now?
for temperature wise,
Yeah,
it's probably saying 70, 71 tonight. It's warm out.
but the colder days, what was it at?
Colder days, it'll stay 67, 68. And when you have them 0 days, the wind was blowing, which that's
So it's
plenty
not
warm enough.
horrible. Yeah.
Last year, we had a hard time getting 60 on them cold days. It is, but the worst was the heat in the floor. I mean, like today it was warm. You can't turn it down because it takes so long to cool down and then so long to heat back up. So you're kind of just, the boiler don't run as much, but it gets warm in there. But you open the door a couple times and it cools back down anyway. It does, but it is, like I say, way better than it ever was. I don't know what the difference in gas bill between this year and last year would be, but I know the difference in heat is a huge difference. Even the floor will dry out now, where last year the floor would stay wet all the time. The trucks snowed off and they're dry in a couple hours. It's doing what it's supposed to do now.
And it was just opening those valves,
Pardon?
opening those valves,
Yep,
really,
yep, more or less, that's all I
They
did.
would have known. They would have known.
your thoughts. But did they find insulation around the perimeter or no? There's no
There's
insulation.
no insulation. No, they dug a hole through, broke a hole through the concrete in the wall and it just goes straight to dirt. There's nothing in there. Nothing on the side or at the bottom of that hole anyhow. And nothing in the blocks. They drilled through all the blocks. There's nothing in the blocks either, except for the ones that they happen to fill that has the rebar in it. But you might find one here with a rebar and then you go 4 or 5 blocks, they're just hollow. And you can tell that too. I mean, you just walk around and feel, and you can feel where it's coming through and it does. But like I say, at least it's keeping up.
It's keeping the snow melted off around the building.
But they already said that the hoses or the whatever were too far apart.
The loops in there, you know. Yeah, Adna told me he got a whole bunch of different ideas and stuff to do, but you can't never get him to come.
Makes you wonder if you wouldn't be better off just not even using that and putting a couple of high efficient, doing something different. Because you can't, if all that heat's escaping out around the outside. That's
Right.
why I want to know how much gas bill was. Just for that building.
Okay.
Just write it down. For the last 12 months.
I know we're losing a lot because when you go outside, when we have snow, there's no snow along the building at all. It's melted off. You know, it doesn't, in the same way the concrete out front, you know, it'll be this melted off of every apron all the way across. So we're losing a lot out through all them places that we shouldn't be losing. It should have been insulated along the edge so that you can't do it. You know, mine don't melt off. Mine stays snow right against the garage all winter long. You know, and this one should too.
It don't, and it won't.
But I wanna say when I ran the profit and loss, that number wasn't high. I
The
mean,
gas bill?
yeah, like for the heating and stuff, it wasn't,
Right.
like for the general, it wasn't like, oh my God.
Is gas enough cheaper this year that would make up a difference? You know what I mean? Did gas go down from last year to this year? So if you were just looking at the total or whatever, it might not have made you, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think gas went up.
No.
Did it?
It went up?
Natural gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it went up.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to it.
You don't have natural gas over there, or
We do, but
you don't handle that bill?
she writes check out as long as I'm warm. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like even with the house bill, I mean, we keep it constant. Even with mom being cold all the time, it wasn't,
A big noticeable.
yeah, it hasn't been big numbers.
Good. Good.
So
Okay, you heard from Caldwell on the
I
junkyard?
have not.
Okay. Salt contract. We had to,
So we've met our 60% with the 2 pending orders. So, and we ordered 250 ton last year. So keep it that way. I mean,
I
because
would say so. I
because
mean,
we can go up to 140
we used a lot more salt this year than we did last year. So, and as long as we can get it, I mean, hopefully we'll be fine. We only got 2 months left to go.
Well, I mean, it starts in July or August, so it's what you're gonna start with for the summer.
For the summer. So
So,
I would say leave it there. I mean, if we leave it there and then we need to go, we can get more extra if we go over for some reason.
yes,
Okay, so now we just leave it there.
because we want to lock in at least a number right now. We have to do it by the 15th.
Okay. I would just do that. As long as we can get more, if we have a stupid reason why we have to or something.
okay, new business, memorial.
For something at Minnetonka Springs.
Bench or something?
Talk about, see if we can put a bench up at Sunfish Pond.
But if we do something at
Maybe buy 2
Minnetonka,
benches.
what's that?
Maybe buy 2 benches.
Well,
How much they are?
I looked. The park warehouse.
Women, remember we have Jasper and Bob.
The benches that are in front of Cedar Ridge, that they're the concrete sides, and then they've been, I mean, I've worked at Cedar Ridge for going on 8 years, and they have had absolutely nothing had to be done with them. So they're maintenance free.
And they come out, composite material too.
Yes, that's what they are. The concrete on the side, composite material.
Oh, okay.
So they don't fade. I mean, because it's right there out in the sun. And they range from anywhere between $2,685. That's concrete and metal.
How big are they?
6.5 feet. I mean, granted, they have to be on a concrete slab. So there's that. But to fund the idea, we have Cara donation. And then I talked to Deanna Watkins that she also was looking into where the money was of the borough And if it wasn't being utilized, then maybe we can ask for that back. Because if it did not go to the pool, which, if it wasn't open, then they should have the funds.
What was the recreation committee? I don't know if that has anything to do with the tennis courts.
Well, if they didn't do anything to the tennis courts,
Yeah, they did. They resurfaced them, didn't they?
did
Yeah,
they?
that was all grant,
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think yours was specified to be for the pool instead of the park as a whole.
But if we do, can't remember.
We're gonna need some type of a sign or something to put on in memory of Bob.
Yeah, for that price, does that include a plaque now, or is that just?
No, that's,
What about seeing if somebody could build a couple?
well,
Paul Inman or somebody
what, build what?
build a couple of
He
benches.
does that, does he?
Yeah, he built those picnic tables down there across from Mark Griffin's, and he does all that kind of stuff. He could probably a router in memory of Bob on the back of the bench. I don't know. Talk to him. I don't think it would be $2,000, but he'd have to build them out of composite, or so they'd be maintenance free. I don't know. That's just an idea.
Well, we look into it, price it.
Could also see if one of the kids graduating needs something for a project
Yeah.
in the school.
Maybe they'll do it down Tech. Bradford County go Tech.
yeah.
Mr. Bellows has all the time doing side projects. So, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
concrete base with the composite.
So that would be on top of the. We'd have to do that. That doesn't include it. That isn't included in that price, is it?
The what?
Concrete base.
No. I mean, that was just something that I was thinking.
Right.
I mean, maintenance free, one time and done. Do one bench this year, other bench next year. Or a tree, or,
That tree was put in there for memory of Dean Shepherd, was it? Was it Dean? His daughter put him in there.
Oh yeah, they're still alive.
That died in it.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it did.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, what kind was that? I can't remember.
Some
That
kind
was
of
before me.
it was some kind of a,
She had a name. I don't know. It's been a long time.
can't remember, it was a maple.
What was,
Might have been an oak.
Some type of oak. I mean, maple
But
wouldn't
it's
grow
cool.
down there. It's too wet.
They have lots of, so some oaks are bred to grow in wet weather.
does the conservation district do their tree thing still every year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually.
Wonder if they could get them to donate something.
I think the orders had to be done in,
Orders had to be done by New Year's, but they might end up with trees. Usually, there's some folks that don't pick up.
Extra trees.
Like
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, so you could call them.
I don't know who's working there anymore. The people I knew.
Joe is.
Joe.
I think Joe's still there.
I want to say that I emailed him a question and I'm still waiting.
Joe Quattrini,
Yeah.
he's still there. I don't know if you know Kevin Brown.
Yep.
He's the ag guy. Not sure who
Kristen
else.
and Tim's gone.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's think about it, I guess, and come up with something for next meeting.
When
But
did Bob, when did that happen?
24th.
The 24th.
That's too bad.
Yeah, thanks for running the grader.
Yeah,
Had quite a long line behind
there was a
you.
bunch of people that went to. I was really dumbfounded. There was people standing up in there.
I know, I had to stand up.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Kim
people.
okay with having that there? Was Kim okay with having that there?
Must be. They did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
How long did he work
Josh Kelly
for?
did a good job.
Yes, he does.
How long?
Yeah, how long was Bob road
1997?
foreman?
15 years they had cancer, but I think he's been here 20 anyhow.
Oh, more than that, I bet.
1997.
He was here before I came here, and I've been here since 2000.
1997,
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
Oh, that's more than 20 then. It's 25.
So I gotta go down and get my petition.
So,
Another week.
I wanna say it's 1997.
maybe 30.
It's been a minute.
It's not in his old bit.
Just said he worked for several
Many
years.
years.
Many years or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember what it. Yeah, I think several years at the township or something like that.
He liked his job, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got?
That's it.
That's everything?
Anything that requires signatures or anything like that, unless somebody else got something. There's recall notices that I don't know what they go to, so see if you can make heads or tails of those.
Did they got?
I'll give you guys this stuff. If you wanna look at it. Fire company stuff. If you don't wanna look at it. Then,
They make it colorful, don't they?
yeah, Ray does. Ray and Sherry were the first ones up there the other night.
That's the same I got for my pickup. We'll get another one when we get the software so they can do that one.
What's it for?
Because it gets algae in the fuel tank more or less.
Oh.
Because of using biodiesel and whatnot. This is for the freight, or for the western storage.
Well, meeting's adjourned.